Hey guys, how's it going? So, I've had an interesting long post that a D-type has put up. What made it interesting was that they said that they're a D-type, they identified it as it, and that they believe that it came from fear, that they identified as a D-type, and that they like fulfilling other people's fantasies and being led and serving in that way. They also said that they were jealous of the fact that submissives seem to have it all. They allow themselves to be vulnerable, experience, and they allow themselves to trust other people inexplicably or unexpectedly or fully, totally. And they say that they're jealous of, subs for being able to do this. And I said, well, is it something that you want to experience? I mean, don't lock yourself into a label. This is the danger of, locking yourself into a label just because you're a dom, and a lot of people, or a D-type, and a lot of people believe that there's certain factors that, or behaviours that go along with that. And that's really totally crap. And they kind of lock themselves into this, and in this comes this negative feeling about being who and what they are. The thing is, D-types and the more dominant partners are vulnerable. They're just vulnerable to certain select people, that being that they need to trust their submissives. They're vulnerable because they do continually put themselves in a high level of trust, and that they've got to trust that their S-type or submissive is being honest with them, that they'll call stop, that that whatever sort of weaknesses that the D-type has, that the submissive will be there to help them, catch them, provide honest feedback, be there to support them. And what, does it sound like a normal relationship? Yeah, it does, and that's what it's all about. The whole give and take, the whole power exchange, it just seems to be more defined within the BDSM lifestyle in certain areas, I guess. But essentially it's all the same in being able to trust each other and let go. I mean, the dom doesn't have to control everything, and quite often they don't. It might just be session based, in which case you only have trust in that particular session to do X, Y, and Z. Now, if a dom also wants to experience some of this, what their submissive is feeling, have a chat to them about what it is that they are curious about, and they can always try it. It doesn't mean that they're weak or anything. It means that they want to know what they feel like, or what it feels like. However, not all doms need to be submissives first before they can be doms, or good doms for that matter. Because there are some people that are high level of empathy, and some people that are quite intelligent enough to be able to put themselves in other people's shoes and not have to experience the actual play or relationship in that way, that they're actually able to understand. But then they also it's also good when these people actually have honest submissives that are quite open with what they do and don't know about themselves and what's happening, so that they can have a chat about it and have a talk with what's going on. Essentially, all doms are fulfilling, or servicing, as it were, the ability to please people, because it's the pleasure of someone being excited or satisfied that also is a dominant trait, or just a human trait in general, but it applies to dominance in a way that they are able to control when, where, and how it happens, which is the essence of being a dom. It doesn't matter that the person had outlined how, when, and where they want it. The thing is that the dom also has the ability to alter those varying factors as well. And just as the sub trusts them to be able to alter it, the dom also has to trust the sub to be able to call halt when things are going wrong. So with regards to that element of the control aspect and who pleases whom, it's all about mutual enjoyment. Because you wouldn't do it if it wasn't enjoyable, like seriously. And have a real good thought about what you think are the inherent traits. Notice I said what you think are the inherent traits that go with dominance and submission. Take a step back, have a chat to other people, realize that it's fluid, that in some areas of my life, I would be considered more dominant or have dominant attitudes and stuff like that. But there are also areas in my life where I will willingly concede that control over to someone else who has better or more control, who can handle it better, something like that. I mean, that's the whole part of life. Knowing when to cede or give control, or to take the control back, like not to take as in without consent, but to be able to accept that control back, is entirely up to you, and it doesn't denote whether you are a dominant or a submissive at all. What denotes it will be varying for each dynamic, because of the way each couple or dynamic or multi or whatever will view what control is and what aspects that they do or don't want to control or be controlled in. So, a big topic. I think I segued from the original one, which is, how, is it normal? Is a guy jealous? I don't think he's jealous. I think he has a need that he needs to be curious about. He needs to try and see if it actually is for them. He perceived the weaknesses and his role as a dom as a weakness. No, not necessarily for us. For a lot of people, I'd say a lot of people in the scene, their inherent need for control, and this is subs as well, to control everything, every little aspect, have everything perfect. A lot of people, it comes about from the fact that their own lives, they have a lack of control in their own lives, whereas there's very few people, and it's very hard to tell, there's very few people who actually have control of their lives, and they have control as D types in a healthy way. So I guess that's it, because just keep in mind that someone being in control in their life doesn't necessarily mean that they're billionaires or millionaires or have what they call the good life and all that sort of stuff. It could just be that there's a person who goes to work every day, even like in a retail as a checkout person, but their life is as they want it. I mean, everyone's life can always be better. I mean, that's the thing. It's an infinite thing where people say, oh, you can always be more healthy. There is no stop. There is no limit. But are they satisfied? Are they content? Are they, I guess, grateful for what they have and can appreciate what they have? And if they don't get that, next pay rise, the next job, are they still happy with what they have and can appreciate it? To me, that is being much more in control of your life, much more satisfied, and that is to me what counts. If they're continually dissatisfied with life, and it's not just the challenge, but their lack of self-confidence, something deficient in themselves that causes them to strive, rather than just the challenge and the mental stimulation or the physical stimulation or whatever it is, or the good that they could do in the world, then, and that's very hard to figure out, then that would be a lack of control, and they want to assert control over any little area that they can. I think that's how sometimes, OCD happens. I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, but also knowing when to, release that control. Anyways, I think I've segued enough, and I'm about to come up against a really noisy generator. So for those with sensitive ears and hearing aids, I'll stop it right here and right now, okay? Catch you guys later. Bye.